Hawker 850XPI. Questions. Fuel system. Explain crossfeed capability.
Allows one wing tank to provide fuel to both engines or both wing tanks to supply one engine.
Ventral tank indications.
Full, empty, cross-hatched.
How to read fuel temperature.
Selecting fuel temp on the OAT gauge switch on the cockpit.
Fuel system amber lights.
Engine 1 fuel. Engine 2 fuel. Fuel 1 low pressure. Fuel 2 low pressure. Refuel on. Fuel with vertical arrow on the master warning system panel.
Location of temperature bulb.
Outward pipe from engine 1.
How many flapper valves exist in each tank?
4.
Fuel quantity indication switch on the wing tip.
Eye level float switch. Overfill indicator float switch.
Extra fuel quantity in the ventral tank without external lavatory servicing.
18 liters.
Fuel quantity.
Wing tank, 8,500 pounds. Ventral tank, 1,500 pounds.
How many compartments exist in each wing fuel tank? And purpose?
6. To avoid fuel abrupt movement during flight maneuvering.
What is the main compartment and its location?
Compartment number 1. Near the fuselage.
What does compartment 1 contain?
Fuel boost pump. 2 jet pumps. Wing thermal relief valve. Surge relief valve. Suction feed strainer. And non-return valves.
Location and how is the ventral tank refueled?
On the left side. By gravity.
Engine 1 or 2 fuel light.
To indicate fuel filter restriction. If the filter begins to clog and the differential pressure reaches 6 to 8 psi.
Location of boost pump.
In the number 1 compartment of each wing.
Boost pump normal pressure.
19 to 23 psi.
When does the PE bus feed the boost pumps?
During emergency situation or during start with the battery. Otherwise, IT would be PS1 or PS2.
When do the PS1 and PS2 buses remain de-energized?
During an electrical emergency.
Jet pumps purpose.
To send fuel under suction to maintain the fuel number 1 compartment always full.
What happens if one boost pump fails?
The respective jet pump is also lost. But the fuel continues flowing by gravity to the number 1 compartment.
Low pressure fuel Cox purpose.
To mechanically operate by cables the shut-off valves.
Cross feed and transfer positions.
Wing fuel normal operation. X feed. Transfer.
How long to drain out the ventral tank?
10 to 12 minutes. 18 minutes with 1 boost pump.
Is it possible to transfer fuel from ventral tank with 2 boost pump inoperative?
No.
Minimum fuel quantity in each wing with ventral tank full.
3,450 pounds.
Single point coupling and reducing valve pressure.
25 psi.
Refuel normal pressure.
25 psi.
Overpressure light.
When reach 45 psi during the refueling.
In case of pipe fracture where the fluid is going to flow.
From compartment 1 to compartment 3.
Compartment where occurs refueling by gravity.
Compartment 6.
Maximum fuel pressure from the truck.
50 psi.
The pressure refuel coupling reduces pressure to
25 psi.
maximum defueling suction is
11 psi.
fuel quantity not recommended to go around.
400 pounds.
Which procedure should be done when one wing reduces to less than 320 pounds?
Place the wing fuel cock to XV to connect the left and right wing tank.
What usually causes the fuel low pressure light with an arrow?
This usually indicates failure of the respective boost pump.
When does fuel low pressure light occur?
When fuel pressure at the engine-driven fuel pump inlet drops below 6 to 7 psi. This is the end of questions. Fuel system.